Good morning. This is Eric from the Afternoon Homestead. It rained all night long, and it doesn't look like it's letting up. So I'm not sure what today's going to look like. We're going to hire a bunch of guys, get this land cleared, get all that done, but it's not looking too good. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to brush my teeth. Most evenings I spend right here on this porch. This is the front porch to the church, and this is the only place in town where you can get cell signal. And so as my family are back in the States, I'm here communicating from the front porch. The speed is incredibly slow. It's better up on the hill. Like I think I mentioned in previous videos, it's like a 2G speed or less, and here it's slower than that, and it keeps dropping off. So I'll load, it takes about a minute to load an Instagram photo. If I want to update my Twitter feed, that takes about 2 minutes. Facebook's slower than that. I can get the text, but not the photos. And then, email's slow. Everything's just slow. But the good news is, so I turn around here. This is my view, and it has stopped raining. So I'm going to head up to the land. It's too late today to do any work on the land. We tried hiring some guys, but as the rain was here, it was just like nobody was interested. And so we're going to do that tomorrow morning. We're going to try to get a big group and just knock out the rest of the land that needs to be cleared, clean up all the brush that we've been chopping and dropping, and get that piled up so it can start to decompose into some fungal rich compost. But I'm going to head up there. The videos that I shot in the previous episode for my church and our supporters, 3 out of the 4 turned out fine, but the 4th one I shot from the back of our car, and I had an inverter plugged in, and I was charging some stuff, and there were some phones, and something was throwing off some kind of interference, and so my audio was all messed up. It just had noise in it, and so I'm going to probably have to re-record that, which it's tough when you're speaking from your heart. Then to go back and try to recreate it is a little challenging, but I'm going to try to do that today. So I'm going to go ahead and get my room locked up here, because they have a little guest house in the back of the church, and so that's where I'm sleeping. I have my stuff stored, so I'm going to get that locked up and get in the car and head up there. I'll try to shoot a video just to give you an idea of how everything's laid out. I'll shoot a time-lapse video from the church up to the land. So you can see it's not too far away, and you go through town on the way. So enjoy. So that's it. That's how you get to the building site from the church, where I have my little room set up where I'm sleeping. And it's funny, when I've done time-lapse before, sometimes you get a little bit of car sick. So I purposefully drove about 15 to 20 miles an hour. And so it wasn't quite as curvy and shaky and everything else. But hopefully be able to give you a chance to see just the road. It's not too far. It's less than a mile away from the church where I'm at now. So I'm going to go ahead and get my camera set up and re-record that last episode for my church, and then take a look around. Okay, I think I'm all set. How does this view look? You know, it's kind of funny. I just finished recording that last segment, And it's actually the third time I've recorded it. The first time was on the first piece of land. I actually recorded all the segments over there, but I didn't feel right about releasing them, sharing them. Standing on a piece of ground that's not the one that we're developing. And so I decided to re-record everything. And this last segment, because of what happened with the radio interference on my mic, so this one I recorded for the third time. And it had to do with money. And for people who live on financial support from others, as many missionaries do, there's some churches like Southern Baptists and Methodists that the church body funds the missionaries through corporate giving. But most go out. They're funded by churches that know them personally. They're funded by friends and family that know them personally. And it's scary. It's awkward. It's just challenging to talk about money because so many people give sacrificially, and then to go back and ask them, to give more is challenging. And so we have this is a big undertaking, and it's nothing that we can do on our own. We're tightwads. I got to be honest with you. I'm very frugal. We don't waste money. If there's any way I can pinch a penny and do things on the cheap, that's the way we do it. We try to be as good a stewards as possible because we know the people that are giving, they have demands on their finances too, and they decide to cut a portion of it out and support missionaries or charities or humanitarian organizations or whatever. Sorry, I have a gnat or something flying around the lens, so okay, I think it's gone. But it's just, it's scary to do that, but it was good. It's something that it takes an act of faith. And for those of you who watch this channel who aren't Christians, maybe are atheists, don't believe in a God, it's a strange, weird, kind of crazy concept to live on faith. For me, I find it to be a source of strength. I find it to be empowering. And it's something that grows me spiritually. And so as I've had to go through and really think through how do I want to present myself to those who either currently support us financially or who may consider supporting us in the future, I had to do that 3 times. And I'm not one, I don't like to read from a script. And so I just speak from my heart. And it's hard to speak from your heart and say something impassioned and original 3 times and have to, kind of do that. But honestly, it gets a little bit easier each time. And I think that I was able to communicate better this 3rd time than I was able to communicate the first 2 times. And so I think it's all going to be good. I think it's going to turn out. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to share it on this channel, because it's really for the people that support us. But just leave a comment in the comment section below, and if enough people want to see it, then I'll go ahead and share it here. But it just talks about what we're doing here. It talks about our ministry. It talks about how we're training people, how we're equipping people, not only spiritually, but also equipping them with skills so they can be self-supporting and not be looking outside. There's a history in missions. There's a history in humanitarian aid. There's a history in government development programs that is not good. It's built generations of dependence. And that's a cycle that needs to be broken. And I think that we as believers, as Christians, need to take the lead in that, because it's in our history too, and that's something that I feel impassioned about. Anyway, that's it. I don't know. I may record a little bit more today, or maybe over. So if this is the end of the episode, thanks again for joining. Leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to share it if it's something you want to share. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is another village vlog, and you're going to be seeing more and more of these as we get the construction going. I'm going to be spending a ton of time out here, and you may just get sick and tired of seeing it, or you may find it interesting, because this is definitely different than the American life. It's different than the European life. It's different than most of the world. And you may find this kind of weird and interesting and funny and strange, and If that's the case, you're welcome. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.